Hey guys, I'm Rachel Castile and welcome to Typology Corner. Today I want to talk about type is not how you see yourself, but it's who you are. This is a big stumbling block in being able to accurately type yourself and kind of notice your real patterns. This is something that definitely happened to me where I saw myself as like the opposite of what I was, and I spent most of my life trying to show up in the world very much as what I valued in a person, I guess, which it's easy to value what you're weak at when you see it as a strength in someone else. And I spent a lot of years valuing myself for what I was weak at and not valuing my strengths. That's a big snare, I guess. That was a big part of my life. And it's very common in the type community, and people mistyping as what they want to be and not being able to embrace really their own gifts and their own strengths, and to really value the realness of who they are, to be able to embrace our patterns. Part of it is innate, right? Like MBTI and objective personality is just innate wiring. And still that can be somewhat masked as well in just our self-delusion and how we perceive ourselves, or what we like about ourselves is different than what we are, what we approve of in ourselves is still different than what we are. It can be, And in the realm of the Enneagram, it's important to be honest and to really take a genuine assessment of what's going on in my heart, what's going on in my mind, like what am I running from, what am I chasing, and being able to genuinely see my life patterns, what's motivating me, those things can be kind of hard to come to terms with, and it can be a startling experience to see yourself and to process life from that real place. But growth really lies in doing just that. And that's where typology is valuable to you as a study, or just having better self-knowledge. It has to be based on the actual you. And yeah, so this is really an important intro to typology because you can't grow as what you want to be because you weren't wired for what you weren't wired for. You can learn to not avoid those areas, but we all have gifts that kind of point the direction of what we're made to do, what we're made for, or what we can bring to the world has a lot to do with our vantage point, the place that we see the world from. And in the realm of MBTI and objective personality, it's very much highlighting those cognitive processes that come natural to you, which also points to what is your value to others, but also what your strength is as an individual and what you can assimilate well, throughout life. It's like the study that you're doing, in a sense, where you're becoming more wise and educated in that area. And there's lots of different gifts, and some things you could highly value and misvaluing your actual strength. And I did that for so long, like being somewhat overwhelmed by what my natural like gifting is, that I was trying to push it down, and it felt like it's like overexposure in a sense of the way I'm wired. And yeah, I suppressed and tried to be more predictable and more guarded and more controlled in a sense that is very against my nature. And yeah, you could be a very organized person who's rejecting that about yourself and being chaotic and not embracing the order that you are like called to establish and to be that rock in that way, you know. And as more of a dominant, like extroverted sensor, like what I am, it's like I'm generally going to be kind of knocking into stuff and causing chaos. And yeah, so in my journey, for whatever reasons, right, that I could try to mask what I am. But the thing is about true typology, it's the study of what you are. So that is the place where the value really is in knowing your type. When you're no longer wanting to be something, but you're willing to say, no, what am I? What am I at my state of most I use the word authentic, but I look for something else, of my most unfiltered, when self-manipulation, when I'm not manipulating the perceptions other people have of me, or trying to be something I'm not. What am I when all of that's gone? And also on the Enneagram, very powerful to realize what we're doing on that level, you know. So just, this is my encouragement of, you know, it's not about taking a personality test and answering a bunch of questions and trying to, you know, get the answer that you want, you know, because that's what I did a long time. I took tests, and just about whatever thought process I was in starting out, I would test all the way out throughout. And I could be just about every type that there is, and was, and thought I was at some point in my life, having like followed typology stuff for a long time. And but yeah, it started to be not just something I was studying and interested in, but something valuable to me the more I saw my actual type. So yeah, that's basically what this video is about. Again, I'm just kind of laying some foundations for understanding yourself, and to encourage you along on this journey of understanding yourself and embracing your gifts, embracing your strengths, while also observing what you're weak at, and, you know, finding ways to grow and factor those things in. But my emphasis really is on the acceptance and love of what you are, and to not be in a state of self-delusion or denial, chasing or pursuing a path that's not your own path, you know. Once you can accept what God made you and rest in that place, you can see what, you know, what you're hiding from in your type and how to move forward, and not use your personality as an excuse for immaturity in a way, but to start from that place and to be able to evolve and yeah, grow. And again, that's what this channel is about. It's about type growth, type understanding, and um, evolving into the fullest you, and to walk into your purpose. And yeah, so that's kind of a summary of innate wiring and habitual patterns as well that need to be like owned up to in a way. Like, this is what I'm doing. The more we can let ourselves see what we're really doing and not be ashamed of that, or that we're willing to admit to ourselves. That's the biggest thing, admitting to ourselves what's going on with us, you know. The more real we are with ourselves, the more real we can be with others, and the more our life can become what it was meant to be. And also another like angle I guess I want to explore on this is other people, they see us sometimes more clearly than we see ourselves, and kind of triangulating with other people is helpful, with people that you trust, to get feedback on kind of like your mom, or like they've saw you at your worst, saw you at your best, saw you in all states, you know, where you can get around people who can see you more clearly than yourself. And sometimes, you know, it's hard to hear the truth sometimes, but give people the permission to tell you the truth so that you can live from a place of truth, and let those walls of our own self perceptions to fall, so that we can start to live in a more objective, more real perspective about ourselves. And that's what's really important about being connected to other people, is like, it's like letting light into our room. You know, we think our room is light until more light comes around, and we open the windows, we open the door, we invite more in, and we start to get a better picture of what we have like controlled, and what worldview we need to maintain of ourselves in order to be happy, or to be okay with ourselves. Sometimes that image isn't the real you. It's can be extremely far removed from authentic. So coming into the light is a big component to being able to see yourself. I love the imagery of being in a dark room. It's hard to really describe things accurately, but if you think that's the only level of light, then you think your assessments of things is accurate. You know, you'll fight someone on it. This is what I am, and this is what's going on with me, because I know me, you know. But so I just say this kind of a ending point, that just know it is highly, highly possible, starting out, that the way you see yourself is not what you are. And the journey to freedom has a lot to do with truth and light, letting truth in, letting light in, which is a humbling experience to live in that level of exposure. And that's something I really do appreciate about objective personality, is they really have made an effort to make personality typing an objective process. by looking at more external things more so than like an internal monologue about the self, you know. And as we start to track ourselves from the outside in that sense, like, yes, it's how I'm thinking and what I'm gifted at, but as we talk about our lives, and you know, that starts to reveal what's really going on, what our giftings really are, what our decision making really is, what types of observations we're focused on, what things we're prioritizing, that becomes revealed in the story of our lives. And as I talk about light has a lot to do with sharing. And a lot of times when our self-talk is different than sharing sometimes. That it's in that realness of like a timeline of life and the decisions we make, the go-to ways of handling things. It's all displayed in the bigger zoomed out picture of life patterns, life choices, life aspirations. And there's that bigger picture of like an objective view of the whole story, and not just the thing I'm telling myself in this moment that I'm in right now. And this is what I believe about myself. Type is really revealed in the bigger story of our lives. So yeah, I don't recommend just personality test online for that reason, because it's really asking like, hey, do you like this or do you like this? Are you more like this or are you more like this? It's like, it's asking the person about their self-perception, and whatever mental state you're in highly influences the result you get. And it's affirming that self-talk, which isn't personality. It should be like a waking up experience when you found your real type, where it's like, I'm caught red-handed. Dang. They just read my mail. You know, that's what typology really is. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful. And this is the vantage point that this channel is really about. It is seeing the picture, the zoomed out picture of our lives, and assessing what we can do differently to grow, to walk a different path, to embrace the most authentic, which is where we're gifted. It's where it's what we carry in our soul that is valuable to other people, but it's also the most loving experience to live from that place, that you're really getting out of life what you were born to get out of it, because you're doing life as you. You're not doing life on behalf of someone else or trying to be what you think makes you valuable. You're on the journey of valuing what you are and living from that place. And that is life-changing. I'm very much on this journey myself, even with doing these videos, to be what I am and not what I want to be, or what I think I should be, or what I think other people want me to be, but to keep ever pressing into living in the light, living in truth, embracing truth, receiving feedback, and not being defensive, and assessing and then growing from that place. Living in community in that sense, living in the community of light, right? Community as in not the self, not just the self-talk, but the bigger picture. And yeah, so thank you for watching. If you got value out of this, give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate being able to see that other people was helped by this genuinely, and that this is content that is making a difference. So That's what I'm here for. That's my heart for this channel. And I just want to press into that place more and more. And as I tell an authentic story, I want to inspire other people to tell an authentic story as well. And just to navigate what that looks like in all the variety of all the personality types and all the Enneagrams, all the objective personality wirings and things. And yeah, I really want to learn and just discover how to be a better coach to other people through getting to know other people and getting to know our differences in who we really are. And that journey starts by dropping the mask, dropping the self-delusional stories that we all can find ourselves in, and begin to navigate this real life that we're in, and to chart our own journey, our own path of growth, and yeah, to live our life to the fullest, to really get the most out of our life. I believe it starts there. So again, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more, and have a blessed day.